The financial world once thrived on human decision-making. Traders, brokers, central bankers, all debating, analysing and reacting in real time. But in the last 2 decades, something extraordinary has shifted. Today, a significant share of global finance is no longer managed by people at all. It is managed by algorithms. Silent lines of code, executing trades at speeds no human being can match, and often making decisions that even their creators struggle to fully explain. Consider this. On Wall Street and in London, the majority of trades are now executed by machines. They operate in milliseconds, reacting to tiny changes in price, news feeds, or even social media sentiment. The so-called flash crash of 2010, when markets lost and regained nearly $1 trillion within minutes, was not caused by a geopolitical shock or a banking collapse. It was caused by automated systems colliding with one another in ways regulators could neither anticipate nor control. This is not just about trading speed, it is about power. When algorithms dominate finance, the question arises, who really rules the economy? Is it governments and central banks supposedly steering growth and stability? Or is it the corporations, hedge funds and megabanks that design these systems, profiting from their ability to anticipate and manipulate markets at scale? Supporters of algorithmic trading argue that these systems bring efficiency. They reduce costs, improve liquidity, and ensure that markets operate without friction. But critics warn of fragility. If all the machines move in the same direction at the same time, markets can collapse faster than governments can respond. Algorithms are not guided by values, by social purpose, or by a sense of public duty. They are guided by mathematical models and profit motives, which often ignore the human consequences of their decisions. And here lies the paradox. Central banks like the Federal Reserve, the Bank of England, and the European Central Bank still believe they are in control, adjusting interest rates or announcing policy changes. Yet their influence is filtered through layers of automated decision-making. The algorithms react instantly, amplifying or distorting the intended effect. In some cases, AI even predicts central bank behaviour before it happens, creating feedback loops that challenge the very idea of democratic economic governance. Beyond the stock market, algorithms are transforming pensions, mortgages, and insurance. Your retirement savings may rise or fall depending on decisions made not in human boardrooms, but in machine-driven data centres. Your mortgage rates might shift because an algorithm in New York, London, or Shanghai recalibrated risk models in response to a market tremor elsewhere in the world. And then there is the shadow banking system, hedge funds, private equity, offshore funds, much of which now relies heavily on algorithmic trading. These institutions operate outside the full reach of regulators, yet their sheer scale gives them the power to shake entire economies. When their algorithms misfire, the consequences are global. So what does this mean for ordinary people? For most of us, the financial world already feels distant and opaque. With AI in control, it becomes even harder to understand. When crashes happen, it is the public that bears the cost. In lost jobs, shrinking pensions, and austerity measures. Meanwhile, the architects of these systems remain protected, often rewarded, for creating the very instability they claim to prevent. Some argue for stricter regulation, international frameworks that could hold financial AI accountable. Others suggest transparency measures, or even slowing the pace of automated trading to give human oversight a chance to catch up. But can nation-states realistically regulate a global machine economy that operates at the speed of light? This is the deeper philosophical challenge. If markets are increasingly governed by algorithms, then economics itself becomes a kind of automated politics. Decisions about value, risk and reward are being coded into systems that were never voted on, never debated in parliaments, and never subjected to democratic scrutiny. And here is where the story connects to the larger picture of our age. Just as we saw in our video on shadow banking and the invisible empire of capital, hidden financial structures shape our lives in ways most people never see. Just as we explored in The End of the Rules-Based Order, global power is shifting away from states towards actors who operate beyond accountability. And just as we discussed in How Capitalism Conquered the World, these changes are not accidents. They are part of a long process by which capital seeks to reproduce itself, regardless of human cost. In the next video in this series, we will push even deeper into this terrain, exploring how algorithms are not just shaping financial markets, but are increasingly being used for propaganda, persuasion, and political manipulation. The same systems that trade your pension might also be guiding the information you see, the news you trust, and even the leaders you choose to follow. Because the central question of our time remains: who really rules the 21st century? Governments, corporations, or the silent empire of algorithms that no one fully understands?